Dear Mr. Ross Gittins, in your November 6 articles entitled Use Your Brain Before Joining the Lynch Mob and Claims of Gouging by Big Four Fail a Cooler Analysis, you say that the notion that something's immoral or illegitimate about rises in mortgage interest rates in excess of rises in the official rate has no basis in law or economics. But there's a greater underlying issue, Mr. Gittins. The 6th Annual Demographia International Housing Affordability Survey 2010 features on page 16 graphs of Australian capital city house prices from 1981 to 2009. Until 1987, house prices were largely on an even keel, but the graphs show distinct price rises from 1987, when Labor reintroduced negative gearing, and show further steeper rises from 2001, when the Coalition halved capital gains tax. The Age newspaper of 5th June 2008 reported the ATO as saying that in the previous year $24 billion was claimed by negative gearers alone, of which $5 billion was estimated to have been rebated. Given that we live in a free, fair and open marketplace society, on what, to use your words, Mr. Gittins, on what basis in economics can governments allow themselves to so grossly interfere in and so distort such marketplace? As to your November 10 article entitled Demand a Better Deal and Stop Moaning About Greedy Banks, I want to say this. It's clear that the negative gearing and halved capital gains tax capers have contributed enormously to the wealth of our 4 banks of usury, as I prefer to call them. In that circumstance, banks could easily afford to be less greedy. Had it not been for those generous tax breaks, available only to investors and speculators, the banks wouldn't be as rich as they are now, and, moreover, in a free, fair and open marketplace, houses would be much more affordable to first nesters. Instead, as house prices rose in a sort of Ponzi-style spiral, so did rents also rise, making it even more impossible to afford a first nest. Do you think, Mr. Gittins, that governments putting the economic cart before the horse by preferring the interests of those who already have a first home over those who do not is economically sound? This, it seems to me, to be sheer lunacy. Thank you.